Emmanuel Acho, I have a
Oh,
bone to pick with you. This is the laziness that we see in TV today. Is that these
yep.
guys just go, they print out, hey, producer, print me out all the stats on what happened. They look at the stats and they see, oh, Justin Herbert threw a pick. He didn't do that well. Okay. Tua Tagovailoa, 3 touchdowns. Oh, wow, 350 yards. Yeah, maybe Tua's the best one. Let me give you the quote. Emmanuel Acho said, and I quote, I said at the first that Herbert was overpraised, but not overrated. It's time for me to correct myself. Justin Herbert is both overpraised and maybe the most overrated quarterback in all of football. Prior to the season, Super Bowl attending coaches compared Justin Herbert to Tom Brady. Justin Herbert has been compared to Patrick Mahomes to Josh Allen. Justin Herbert is 19-20 as a starter. Justin Herbert, we thought you were going to be great. You were stunting on Joe Burrow. You were stunting on Tua. Remember, Joe Burrow's first year in the league, he gets hurt. Justin Herbert throws for more yards than we've ever seen. Tua's first year, he was arguing with Fitzpatrick. Then they gave Tua 2 top flight receivers, and both Tua's receivers are now top 5. Then we see Joe Burrow with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Joe Burrow's second year, he went to the Super Bowl. When we are playing field level, we could finally assess everyone for who they really are. That is, to me, the most idiotic thing I've ever seen. I even saw Mina Kimes from ESPN jump all over Acho saying, what are you talking about? Like, everything I've seen from Tua's underthrowing most of his guys. Dan and I watched it against Detroit. He's throwing it. It's underthrown. Tyreek Hill is able to adjust and make the catch. Waddle, same thing. Now, if you want to go after against the Charge organization for the way whatever is happening, okay, don't go after the quarterback. This has nothing to do with Justin Herbert. It is the system that Justin Herbert's in. It's a lack of receivers. A lot of guys are hurt. It's not Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is a great talent. This guy right here and I have seen it. We saw it during practice. We've seen it live. He is a great quarterback. Now, when you talk about those other 2 guys, I'm sorry to say, those other 2 guys have better receivers than what Justin Herbert has. Just being honest. Yeah. Just being honest. Tyreek Hill and Jamar Chase are better than both Keenan Allen and Mike Williams.
Keenan and Mike are still very good.
No, they're still very good, but they're not at that level. Those guys are game changers at receiver.
I think you're right. It's garbage, and this is why I hate TV. Like, well, watch Compas on the beat. We're not like that. We're different. Okay.
No.
I'm gonna promote the company here. We don't have these dumb garbage hot takes just because we want clicks. That's all about the viewerships and the clicks.
Exactly.
And every single week they just see the court. Like, I'm gonna hear it tomorrow. Joe Burrow was terrible against the Browns. Oh, Joe Burrow's overhyped. He was the worst thing. Jalen Hurts is so much better. Every single year they change. It went from Burrow to Herbert to now Jalen Hurts to somewhere in there. Whenever.
And I think this draft class is kind of Elway, Kelly, and Dan Marino-esque. I feel like all 3 quarterbacks are good. It's just they're different. But this guy just wants to bury Justin Herbert. I've seen it. I've been around the organization. I've seen it before. I've seen the trajectory. I've seen what's happened. Justin Herbert's not in the right system, and not in the right system. It's just he's injured. He has his rib thing. The receivers have all been injured this season. At one point, I was telling Dan, that Monday night or that game against the Seahawks, he was with Michael Bandy, DeAndre Carter, and Jason Moore out on the field. Dude, not even Tom Brady could go down the field and win with that. Like, it's hard. But I mean, obviously, they're just gonna go with hot takes. I tell you guys, these guys just go to the producers, hey, print me out the stats, and they start looking through the stats and they go, oh, okay. They don't watch the games. Come on, they don't watch all the games.
And now that they got so many people fired up and it got a lot of clicks and views on their social, this Herbert hot take, he's gonna keep going back to the mill and the well. There you go. Keep doing it all over again.
But to me, it's just
don't give it time of day. Is what I'm trying to say. It's dumb.
No, I know, but I mean, I just had to do it once because to me, I think Justin Herbert's an incredible talent. I've never seen anything like him. Joe Burrow, I think, is an incredible talent as well. Tua, I'm still trying to figure out because I mean, and I'm just gonna be honest. If you put Justin Herbert right now in Miami, they would be killing it as well. I mean, it's one of those things. But to me, to bury Justin Herbert is just idiotic. Because I think Justin Herbert really is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. But it's just right now with all the injuries and everything happening with the team, it's rough to win, and it's going to be tough moving forward.
Go ahead, Victor.
No, and I'll say this. I think part of the problem is that there was such high expectations for the Chargers this year that I think people who picked them are so disappointed that they're taking it out on Justin Herbert, who
Yeah.
doesn't. They're like, okay, we've already blamed the coach, we blamed the offensive coordinator. Who's left to blame here? And so now it's like, okay, we're the guy that we all picked to be the MVP, because I picked them, but I'm not gonna come on here and tell you guys, well, it's Justin Herbert. What I saw Justin Herbert do in Week 18 against the Raiders, like, just blew me away. I was like, this guy is the real deal. Like, you build around him, and like Fernando has been saying, get him weapons. And I get it. It's not his fault that Williams and Keenan Allen have been hurt this year, but eventually you need to get, and I hope he doesn't get frustrated. I hope at one point he gets frustrated to the point where he's like, look, get me the guys I need or else I'm going to leave. So make sure you get me the weapons that I need. And they listen to Fernando.
Don't scare Dan and Diego now with that.
Honestly, I wouldn't even blame him. But it's like we talked about last week. Vic and I took flack over giving real perspective on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Like, that's reality. People ignore the situations around some of these players sometimes, that they're not an easy plug-in. You're trying to put a square into a circle hole, dude. It's not the same. That's why you can't compare Tua to Justin to Patrick, and all these other guys. It's not the same situation.
But we're in that kind of we're in that though, where people try and compare other people. Just let Justin stand on his own. And that's the thing. They always compared Rivers to Roethlisberger and to Eli Manning. They always compared Marino and Joe Kelly to, hey, they haven't won any rings, but John Elway did. Like, it's always going to be like that. They're always going to compare the draft classes. But it's funny that nobody talks about Jalen Hurts really when it comes to that draft class, because Jalen was also in that draft class.
No,
but Gilbert, go ahead.
Now. I was going to say they're talking now. I'm seeing all the hot takes
about
Jalen Hurts. And yeah, he's doing really well. But the thing I was going to say is, like, it's kind of incredible how many weapons all these quarterbacks have. Yeah, maybe Herbert's a little tad behind, but Devontae Smith, AJ Brown for Jalen Hurts, Waddle and Tyreek Hill for Tua, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd for Joe Burrow, and then Mike and Keenan for Herbert. So they're well with the weapons, but yeah, every situation is different, and let the guys just play, and enough with the rank.
But I mean, but to be completely honest, if you look at the Bengals, when they're missing Jamar Chase right now, you could tell it's a difference. But when all three receivers are in there, those three receivers are so electric. Yeah. They have three. The Dolphins have three too. I think it was 14 Waddle and Hill. 14.
Well, don't forget Gesicki. Gesicki also is a high tight end.
Yeah. So he has three also. Yeah, exactly. And then Waddle, but Herbert doesn't have that third guy. That's the thing. That's why I've been saying, like, if they would have gotten Waddle last year, this offense is explosive. That's why you need a speed guy. That's why Jalen Guyton, in a sense, was their speed guy, but you need somebody a little bit more reliable who's going to be.
This might be a full clip here for Victor to cut out. It was a good segment right here. You guys got into it.
Yeah, no. All right, but obviously now we got
to go. About, dude. The best dialogues happen when we all disagree. That's when you get the best perspectives.
Hey, Victor, you could appreciate this reference here. I feel like we're like a Suge Knight at the Source Awards. Or like you're seeing Diddy all in the videos. Like you're seeing what they're doing at Fox, at ESPN. Come over here to Compas on the beat. We do it right.
Let's go.